This is good to do before you train lats, just to loosen everything up, even before stretching. I'm gonna lie on my side here and get my lat connected right with the foam roller. Extend the arm, my lower arm of the lat, the same side where I'm rolling out the lat. And I'm just going to roll about from the shoulder all the way down to the ribs. And you'll feel this. You're gonna get a little serratus in there, maybe a little teres major. It doesn't feel good. It hurts a little, but it definitely helps break up some of that fascia and loosen things up so that the muscle can fully expand and contract as you're training it. And it helps a lot with your posing as well. If you can get things broken up, break up some of those adhesions and loosen up the muscle fibers a bit. It can make things look bigger when you're posing if you can fully expand everything. So I'm gonna just do a few passes here, and you kind of have to be doing it to feel it, but when you hit the lat muscle and the serratus, which I'm getting here, you'll definitely feel it. You might feel a few knots as you pass over them. You can stop and focus on the areas that are a little extra tight and knotted up. And then you might want to do a few just passes through the middle, hit the rhomboids, upper traps before you switch over to the opposite side. I'm going to turn my back here for a minute. You don't need to spend forever on the turf, being what I call a turf rat. You see people spend half of their time in the gym rolling around on the turf, which really isn't necessary. A few passes on the foam roller, rolling out the muscles you're going to train is sufficient. And then a little dynamic stretching, a little focused warm up, and you're good to go. But you don't want to skip this stuff. The mobility work is so important, and sometimes you don't realize that until you're injured, and then you're like, should have done that mobility work. We'll warm up to get our back and rear delts warmed up before training a pull workout. And I'm gonna incorporate a little bit of yoga in there. Don't worry, it's nothing too crazy, no headstands, no contortions, just a little way to get the muscles warmed up, stretched out, engaged, and ready to work. So let's start with coming down to the belly and doing a few Supermans, lifting the arms all the way up and all the way down, not just from the elbow or the shoulder. Try to get that whole scapula lifting up and releasing. You're gonna do that 8 times to the front. Eight times to the side. And then 8 times coming up over the glutes. You're gonna have to rotate your arms here. Again, lifting from the whole scapula, not just from the elbows. This is hard. But it is great for shoulder mobility. So that's why I do it. I learned that in physical therapy. Come into tabletop position here on all fours. You want your knees right below your hips and your wrists right below your shoulders. And you're gonna take what we call a sunbird pose. So extend the left arm and the right leg, pressing back through the heel, drawing the belly button up toward the spine, neutralizing, stabilizing the core. Thumb up toward the ceiling so your shoulder is in neutral position. Making sure you're breathing. Pointing the crown of your head forward. Chin is slightly tucked toward the chest. And make sure you're not holding your breath. And release. Take it to the opposite side. Right arm, left leg, pressing back through the heel. Thumb up toward the ceiling, trying to keep the hips square. Drawing the belly button up toward the spine, stabilizing the core, squeezing through the left glute. Keeping the face soft so nothing is clenched, except maybe that left glute. And release down. And we're gonna take it to the opposite side and add a little movement. So extend left arm, right leg, and exhale as you draw your elbow and knee toward one another. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. And 3 more. Extend, contract. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Come back to tabletop. Take a breath here, reset. Make sure wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. And again, extend left leg and right arm. And 5 times over here. Bring the knee and the elbow together. That's 1. And extend. Exhale. And extend. Exhale. Extend. Keeping that core tight. Exhale. Extend. Exhale. Come back to tabletop. Sit back into child's pose, sitting the hips back toward the heels, extending the fingertips forward. Letting that head be neutral, maybe tucking the chin toward the chest. Just take a few breaths here. Really press your fingertips into the mat and engage those lats. Now come back to all fours. We're gonna slide forward, squeezing the glutes, putting the weight on the tops of the feet, and putting that little claw in the hands so you're not putting all the weight on your wrists. Inhale here, contract the glutes. This is called upward facing dog. And come back into child's pose. And now we're gonna flow between those two. We're gonna flow from upward facing dog. Make sure you contract the glutes, protect your low back, to child's pose. Stretching out the low back. Again, upward dog. to child's pose. One more time. Upward dog to child's pose. From here, come back to all fours. And we're gonna take this into a downward facing dog. So you wanna curl your toes under, lift your hips, leave a little bend in the knees, and extend your upper body long, just like you did in child's pose. Really pressing down into the hands, engaging the lats, tucking the chin toward the chest so the head stays neutral. And pedal out the feet here, like you're alternating calf stretches. My socks are slipping, I'll have to take them off. And then just see what your hamstring mobility is like here. You might gradually bring your heels down toward the mat. Inhaling, and with every exhalation, maybe you can add just a little bit of close the distance between your heels and the mat, keeping length in the upper body. And bring it back down to all fours, tabletop. Come back into child's pose. Sit all the way back. Another option here, if your lats are getting a little fatigued, you can stack your hands, one fist over the other, make a little pillow, put them under your forehead, and just hang out here for a minute. Letting your breath come back to normal. And come down all the way onto your belly one more time. And bring your forehead down to the mat. I'm gonna keep mine up here so I can talk. You're gonna bring your hands right by your sides, and you're gonna lift them up. And you might also lift up your legs, squeezing the glutes, coming into what's called a locust pose. So your entire posterior chain right now is engaged. Your back, your triceps, your glutes, your hamstrings. And release everything down. Bring your hands under your head. I'm gonna do that locust pose one more time. Forehead down to the mat, hands by your side. And engage your arms, bring them up, lift the legs, keeping them together, engage the glutes. See if you can rotate your heels toward one another slightly, so you've got some internal rotation going, rather than the external rotation that we tend to live in. Engaging the glutes, squeezing, lifting from the heels, making sure you are breathing, no holding your breath, no clenching your jaw, and release. Great job. You should be nice and warm by now.